Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video I'm going to share with you, well, to be honest, I wasn't even intending to share this video. This video is actually something that I recorded for myself. So this video is about me pitching for a 320k investment to do 2 development projects up in Coventry. So I actually recorded this for my benefit to try and self-critique myself later on. But obviously now that I'm out here doing YouTube, I thought I want to showcase this to you guys, so you guys can have a look, see if you can gain learnings from it. I think there's a lot to share on this video, how I position myself. Yes, I'm asking for money, but at the same time, I'm not really asking for money. You see me be quite, I don't know what the word is, but I'm just letting them know that there's an opportunity for them to get involved in, and not the other way of me, I'm begging for money and I need them to do the deal. I'm presenting an opportunity. If you want to get involved, great. If you don't, that's fine too. So I feel like when you're negotiating and in these circumstances, you have to position yourself right to attract the right people and to get obviously something that works for you as well. So I think, and when you guys have a look at it, let me know what you think, and then we'll go from there. Before we get straight into it though, guys, if you can hit that subscribe button, give a thumbs up as well if you like the video, and then also share this with anybody you feel like might benefit from this. But yeah, there's a lot to learn, so let's get straight into it, guys.
Hi mate, you good?
I'm good, how's everyone?
Good. Very well, thank you. Right, so Alfred,
there you go.
Here you go. Just before we start, mate, I'm just going to say, same as I said to Nick, 5am Club is just an introducer. So if you just, if you do decide between you and an investor to come to some sort of amicable agreement, it'll be done outside with illegal teams afterwards. So that's all it is. And I'm just going to mute myself now and over to you. Do you need to share your screen, Alfred?
Yeah, I do.
I'll make you the host. So yeah, over to you, mate.
Okay, let me just... Can everyone see my screen? Is everything working?
Yeah.
Good. So thanks guys, I'll start off with just saying thanks for the opportunity to present to you guys. My name's Alfred Dzadey, so I'll take you through this pack, and if you have any questions we'll probably do it towards the end, if that's okay. So who am I? So I'm an aerospace engineering graduate. I did a master's degree at Hertfordshire University. I project managed at Jaguar Land Rover for the last 5 years, managing projects between 5 million and 200 million. I'm also a property investor and developer in the Midlands, and also director of Real Property Ventures. I am also involved in a business venture with my partner Chris. It regards acquiring businesses in the range of 1.5 to 10 million using a leverage buyout option. So that's something I do as well alongside property.
Alfred, just sorry to jump in, mate.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the sound, but the sound keeps going in and out on your microphone. I'm not sure whether you're covering the speaker or something.
Okay, I'm going to try and come as close as possible to the screen.
Yeah.
Is that better?
That's good. Yeah.
Is that better? Okay, cool. I'll try and speak louder as well. Alright, so just an overview. So not sure how many people in here from a property background. Kind of want to give you an overview of how this works. So the approach that creates a benefit, we look to buy properties where we can maximize the space creatively as well. We look at the deal structure. We look to try and buy that at the right price as the first starting point, going in point. And then step 2, we look to then try to add value through the refurbishment and development of the property or the land itself. And then step 3, we look to then release equity at a higher value through a refinance or sale. So this is how we look to pay back our investors and pay back their returns. I hope the sound is clear now and it's not cutting out. Is that... Yes?
Yeah, it's coming and going.
Oh no. What's going on? Just thinking... If there's any...
When you talk that like where you are now, we can hear you quite clearly. I think it's when you go in and out. So.
Okay, so I'll try not to move.
Stay still.
yeah. No worries. Okay. So, and also just finally, we mainly invest in the West Midlands area, but also look to consider other areas within the country. Okay, so the first opportunity, it's a 5-bed property, a derelict property, which we're looking to convert into a 10-bed to 12-bed, depending on what we get through planning. So it's an off-market deal, it's not on the market at the moment. It's a cash purchase only as well. So with this particular deal, we need to move fairly quickly with it to secure it. The agent
Can I just ask, why is it cash only?
Because at the moment they're looking to try and get rid of this off their books as soon as possible. So
no legal reason.
So the plan is to try and exchange, subject to legals going through, and like check any checks, any searches. Make sense?
Have the checks been carried out yet? Or
No. So this is half the press. Literally got a call saying you're interested in this property. I think it's something you like. Went to view it. It's an amazing plot. There's opportunity. Literally, there's so many options with this property. Just to kind of put into perspective, I've already taken my team with me, and even he's talking about JVing with me on this deal because the amount of opportunity there is on this property.
I know you're West Midlands based. Sorry to jump in. You're West Midlands based. Where is this property located in West Midlands?
All I'll say is it's in Coventry for now. Like I said, it's off the market. Don't want to disclose too much just yet. I need to know people are serious and can move quick, and then we can look to talk in more detail of this. So I'll move forward with this. So refurb wise, we're looking at 250k mark. We're then looking to revalue this one based on a commercial at 700, based on it achieving a minimum of 10 beds. So it's upwards from there. So if we can get 12, we're talking even 800. And there's also a section on the back where we can look to put a self-contained unit at the back. This is all about, I think we'll do it in stages. So we'll look to refurb the property, get it into a HMO standard, get some cash flow coming through, and then look to go planning again to get the rear part converted as well into a contained unit if possible. When we look at what's been set on the precedents on the road, that's already been achieved in terms of the 10 to 12 bed HMOs on that street. But you never know with planning, you have to be cautious at the end of the day. So there's other exit strategies regards doing this deal. Like, just to put it in perspective again, this property, if this was a average property on the street, we're talking at least 400k. So just if we just even, we wouldn't even look to just reinstate it. The point is, this is a massive steal. Hence, I don't want to disclose too much until I know I've got a serious investor who's ready to move, who's got that funds available in the bank, and then we can look to proceed and talk in more detail.
What's the purchase price?
220.
And it's a 250 refurb, right?
Yeah. So rental wise.
Amanda, can you see the screen?
Yeah.
No.
So.
I can't see the word. I can see you guys. I can't see the word from on my phone.
Oh, okay. Right. Cool. No worries.
Oh. Is it on there?
Yeah. Everything I'm saying is on there. No worries. So rental based on a 550 per room average. We're looking at 6.6 based on us achieving 12 beds on this property. And the investment required on this deal is 220. Like I said, it needs to be cash. Obviously, I'd go through AML checks as well, regards where the cash has come from. And just literally within the next 2 weeks, I'm looking to secure this. So we're gonna have to bridge a gap, because I know usually people that I've worked with are investors. They've known me over a period of time, and then they've invested. But with this one, we've got to move quick regards again. So I know for a fact if this gets on the market for whatever reason, there will be a bidding war on this, because there is so much opportunity, not just the existing property, but to develop on the rear of the property as well. So that's that. I'll move on to the next opportunity. This is currently a 4-bed property, looking to convert.
Sorry, Alfred, sorry, before you move on to that one, can I just, so it requires a 220 initial investment?
Yes.
That's all that's required, or?
Yeah, so I'll look to get all the fees. So I haven't put all the detail in there in terms of like stamp duty, the fee. So I've got funds myself as well. So I would look to try and get a deal plan in, solicitor fees, whatever fees are required to get a deal over the line. I'll do the rest. The initial cash purchase is the important bit to get the deal. Once we've got the deal, we'll go through planning.
Right. So you basically just want someone to give you the cash so you can buy it now, basically.
Correct.
Right, so you're not interested in the investors that remaining with you to do the
No. To be fair, I've got opportunities. People like, even for example, I said the builder's looking to do a JV with me. So there's options. I'm just trying to find the best solution or the best result for myself.
If we gave you the money tomorrow, we say, yep, cool, we're in.
Yeah.
What sort of returns are we looking at from?
Again, I would need to. So it comes on part of the pack later on, but I would want to understand what the investor's looking for. So I wouldn't just openly say I'm offering X amount of return. It just depends. Are we doing a one deal only? Are we doing a 2 to 3 year plan, which I have with some of my investors? That will depend on the rate I offer on this deal. So I'm not necessarily saying on this deal I'm going to offer a certain return. I need to understand the full picture before disclosing a certain return.
So do you want the full picture from us, or are you pitching us the picture? That's what I'm just trying to get at. So
I would want to understand what would you want for a 220 investment over 12 months, for example.
Right. Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. So I would need to understand because I've offered better rates. Some of my investors are on a 2-3 year plan, and for that reason I've offered a better rate because I know that they're going on a journey with me, going along this journey with me to acquire properties, refurb them, and refinance the hold.
Typically, I mean, your investors that you have on board at the moment, what sort of rates do you offer them on a 2 to 3 year plan?
So I've gone as high as 10%, based on the type of deal as well that I've been involved in. So the type of deals I've had previously, the margins haven't been as great as this. For example, I could look to offer more on this particular deal. It just depends.
And how long do you anticipate the money being tied up on this deal for?
I think 12 months is what is the going in point. Yeah, I would look to if the investor said, so again, it depends. If the investor's happy to go on a journey with me and says they want to use me as an investment vehicle to grow on several projects, because this is not the only one I have, and there will be others coming. Like I've got people throwing me leads left, right, centre. So it just depends. Do you know what I mean? So it's about, I need to understand what the investor wants, what's their goals, what are they trying to achieve, why do they want to work with me. That it's not just about the money, so I'm less concerned about that. I want to understand who my investor is, what do they want, and then we can just provide a solution to that request, if that makes sense.
So are you looking for investors that you can have and pitch them your deals going forward, or are you just looking for these deals today?
So this particular deal, I need funding now. But I'm also looking at the bigger picture. I'm not just looking at this one deal. I'm not expecting one investor to come and invest, or they can invest in one deal. But my ideal, which I will explain later on, will be someone who goes on a journey with me. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Just a quick question. I'm just trying to understand this building. Okay, I totally appreciate you don't want to disclose, but I'm actually a Coventry lad.
Okay.
From Birmingham, but I know the area very, very well. I know what's available and what's up here.
Yeah.
What would concern me personally about this is any property that's got that on the street that's 700,000, because there isn't very many areas that will take that kind of money, even on a refurb. And you're saying, if I'm not mistaken, I heard you say that the building was derelict.
Yeah.
It's definitely not got a dilapidation order on it as well.
No. There's a RICS report. There's a RICS report that supports all of this. So again, I'm not going to ask for an investor. Same as you're asking these questions, there will be evidence that supports what we're going into. So I'm not just blindly saying I'm going to buy this property because it's still no. For us to do the deal.
Also, you said that it was on a commercial, so it'd go on the rental income anyway, not on the building, bricks and mortar.
Correct. Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're not valuing this bricks and mortar at the end. This is definitely going to be a commercial property at the end of it, because that's how we maximize. For me, I'm looking at it as a land rather than what it currently stands as. So I want to get the most out of that existing land, whereas through development and refinancing on commercial, building a self-contained at the back. If I can push this to 900k, I'll push it to 900k. That's the point I'm trying to make. But it will be over a stage, and hence, ideally, I want someone who wants to go on a journey with me and not just particularly just invest in this particular deal. Because if we want to do...
Sorry, I'm just assuming as well that it isn't your first commercial.
Say that again?
It's not your... Sorry, I'm presuming that it's not your first commercial deal, and it wouldn't be your first commercial refinance solo.
No.
Okay.
All right, so moving on. So the second property, it's a 4-bed property. We're looking to convert this into 8-bed HMO. Well, this is currently in planning at the moment as we speak, for planning permission to convert to 8. Again, the precedence has already been set on the road. Speaking to the architects, they don't see any reason why the council would come back and reject this. So I don't foresee any issues. So talking numbers, purchase price, talking 310 to purchase the property, 105k to refurb it, and then we're looking at revaluing this on a commercial again with this at 525. We're looking to then, in terms of rental, achieve 4,400 again based on the 550. So these are all rooms of en-suites, double size. These are like 12 meter squared size rooms. Even some on this are 15, 16. So I've got the floor plans and stuff. Again, if I know someone's serious, I can share this information with them to get them to understand a bit more detail about the property. I won't disclose address and just yet until I feel that, again, we've got to that stage where I feel like I can do so. So that's that.
What area is this one?
So sorry, say that again.
What area is this?
I invest in Coventry, so
okay.
Coventry, yeah. And again, investment required 100k. This was what I need for this. And again, it doesn't cover every single thing, but again, I've got funds to be able to get the deal moving, basically, to put it simply.
And this one's already gone through planning, or is in the process?
It's going through planning. It's about 3 weeks into it. But again, precedence has been set on the road. We don't see why there'll be any rejection or appeal against this. It should be a smooth. But in terms of pace on this, there's time. There's no rush. It's subject to planning gain. So again,
this particular deal, not the previous one, but this one.
Yeah.
I've got 2 questions. Has full application gone in for the planning, or is it a pre-app? And secondly, would you source the deal, or are you wanting to just purely raise finance?
Everything I'm talking about here is purely raising finance on an interest only. And it's not pre-app, it's full planning submitted. Again, we're confident. Okay. The council doesn't even do pre-apps anymore, so that's that. It's a full app gone in to get the planning permission to do an 8-bed conversion.
Okay.
What security are you offering on the investment?
It depends. It's a hard question to answer now, because I need to understand again what exactly you invest in, how we structuring the deal. But there's options. So okay. I don't know what's going to make you feel secure, because I can tell you something, you might say no, I don't want it. So I need to know from you. It comes from you. What security do you want to feel confident investing 100k into a deal, for example?
Yeah, I'd want something to charge. I know it wouldn't be first charge, but a second charge or a PG.
That's fine. So yeah, we can talk about it. So I'm not expecting anybody to come back and say, yes, bang, Alfred, based on your presentation now, I'm going to give you money. No. I'm expecting to speak to everyone on an individual basis to understand what are your requirements. What do you want from a deal? What do you want from an ideal person you're giving your money to? So there's a lot of things we'll need to go through. The only shame is that the first deal, potentially I have to act quick on it. So I don't know how comfortable you are with regards to going into a deal that quick. Nobody knows me from, I don't know, well, some of you know me, but do you know what I mean? If you don't know me, then you've got to get past the barrier of knowing me and then talk about the deal. And I need to get you to know you as well, because again, it's not just about your money, it's about me knowing you and knowing that we can work together.
On deal 2, would you be into doing some sort of JV as opposed to fully angeling?
It's a hard deal 2. The numbers aren't that. So I would want to own the property, and we can do a JV on the basis of a higher return or something. Do you know what I mean? So it's still, so basically we're not going to bed together in terms of financial link and being the company, all that stuff. But you're still getting the profit share, if that makes sense. If we can, I think with this one we're going to struggle, from honest, looking at high level. With the other deal, the potential, but again, like I said, I've got options. I want to just find the best opportunity that works for me.
Okay.
All right.
Is there any other questions?
You know what? He knows I like deal 2.
So Alfred, is that?
To be fair, this is all. I think we've kind of talked about what I'm looking from an investor. So this is going to kind of explain to you what I want, who my ideal client is, who my ideal partner is on this deal. I've kind of already said all of this, just kind of speed things along. And I think I had one more slide about why work with me. And again, so I've got a team in place in terms of being able to deliver on the job. We've done projects in Coventry already as well. I'm offering great opportunities in terms of getting your money to work harder for you if that's what you're looking for. And I'm hoping everyone on here is on here to look to get a better return on their money and not necessarily want to be hands-on. Again, all my ideal clients are people that are kind of leaving me and trusting me to it, and this is why it comes. I need to understand the relationship that we're going to have on this journey, because there's been very little, if any even, involving any of my investors. It's been like, Alfred, I trust you, go and do what you're doing, we've got an agreement in place, I'm happy with the security, deliver on what you promised, and that's how it's worked. So all of that will need to be accounted for. And then lastly, just share my socials and my details if anybody wants to follow up with me on these 2 deals. And like I said, it's not just these 2 as well. There will be more opportunities coming in the near future. I just want to work with people that are serious, have got money, funds readily available. So when the deal pops up, we can move quickly as opposed to, oh no, Alfred, sorry, I've got funds tied up. So that's it. Thanks for the time, everyone. And if you have any questions, happy to answer some more.
Is there any more questions, or do you want to take his details, or how are you feeling about it?
Got his details, thanks.
Any questions,
Just a quick
Amanda?
one. No, yeah, just a quick one. You know your refinance figures for both of them?
Say that again?
You know the refinance
Yes.
figures for both of them?
Yes.
Have you, because I mean, we're doing a commercial refinance at the moment, and we've had a lower figure due to, I think, the valuer being quite conservative with COVID figures.
I'm about to do one as well. So again, what? I'm about to do that as well with one of my projects as well. I'm about to go through a commercial refinance on that. But just to answer your question, so again, this is where it's important for me to understand the appetite of my investor investing with me, because at the end of the day, I need to point out the risk. This is based on a revaluation. We don't know the future. We're going on what we know today. Do you know what I mean? So there will be a worst case scenario of what could happen, and I would want to know from day one what's my investor's appetite for that deal or that investment. So to answer your question, no, they're not. They're based on pre-COVID-19 numbers, and none of these deals are going to finish ahead this year even. We're talking 2021. So for me, my view, I see the market going back up to where it was pre-COVID-19. Someone might disagree with that again, then it's up to them if they want to go in a deal with me or not. But I am buying to hold, and I'm looking at a long-term strategy. So worst case, let's say worst. So it's talking about 700k, for example. Let's say we get 650 or even 600. We can refinance at that figure, pull majority of the money out. If whatever's left, you can still gain your interest on that money, for example, as an option. If you needed the money back for whatever reason, I'll look to get that funds back to you in other means. Do you know what I mean? So it just depends on the investor's appetite to that risk as well. Because at the end of the day, that is a reality. We could be undervalued for whatever reason. But the main thing is I am holding for a long term. So whenever the market gets better, I can look to refinance at a higher value. So I'm confident we can get back to those numbers within the next 12 months. I don't see why not. There's fear in the market at the moment, and to be fair, I think that's what's probably going to create a down market, if anything. So that's my personal opinion. But again, I'd like to speak to someone regards what their thoughts are, and we can come to an agreement what works for them.
Is there any other questions? Yep. Has everybody taken Alfred's details?
Yes.
Got on his presentation.
Nice one.
So just for my kind of who's currently interested in any of the deals? Who's interested? Is anybody interested? Yes or no? So I know where I'm at.
I'm interested in deal 2, but I don't want to be an angel. I'll be honest, nah, not for me.
Yeah, that's fair. I just want to know where everyone's at. So it'll be good to know what's everyone's initial thoughts.
Not for me, I don't invest in Coventry. I have my reasons why. I deal with most of the property agents in Coventry, so it's not something I would do.
Okay, and
there's a conflict of interest, so I wouldn't do it.
Okay, that's fine. Seb?
Yeah.
I can't hear you, Seb.
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, yeah.
Sorry, I had you on mute. Deal number 2 looks quite interesting. Deal number 1, I think so for me, no. I deal with a lot of investors. I've got a lot of clients that would definitely be interested in it. But I think I'd have to either find a bit more about it, because you're looking to move quite quickly. And unless you if they was to give you, for example, a deposit, then that way you can then exchange information from each other or something, that could work. But at the moment, because you're looking to move so quickly, I won't have the capacity to go back and forth unless I just do a straight introduction with you and someone else.
Yeah.
For me, personally, deal number 2 looks like one I could be interested in.
No!
No worries. But deal number 1's a better deal. It's just more cash up front. But yeah, either way. And Steve.
Not for me, thanks, but yeah, I'm currently is out of my area. I'm not willing to be HMOs, but I wish you best of luck.
No, cheers for that, Steve. No worries. Thank you.
Thanks for your time, Alfred, mate.
All right. Cheers. Thanks, everyone. Take it.
Yeah.
All right.
Listen, mate.
Bye.
All the best. Take care, mate.
Cheers, mate. It's
Alfred.
Alfred.
How do I pass this back to you now?
Yeah, I had to reclaim host a sec. Wait a sec. So stop sharing the screen first.
Yeah, all yours.
And then, yeah, almost did it again then. Yeah, that's cool, mate.
Alright, no worries.
Have a good evening.
You too, guys. Take care. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, I bet.
See ya. Hey guys, so that's it. I hope you really enjoyed the video and found massive value from it. Any good and bad points, please drop a comment below. Any lessons you feel like you've learned from this video, please drop it below as well. I'm keen to hear what you guys think of the video and how I went about seeking for this investment. Also, share the video with anybody you feel like might benefit from this as well. There's a lot of property investors out there seeking investment who might be out there pitching as well. So just share it, see what people think about it. And if you haven't already subscribed, if you can hit that subscribe button and give it a thumbs up, and also share this with anybody that you feel might benefit from learning about how to pitch or how I went about doing it. That would be amazing. So thank you so much for watching the video. See you on the next one.